The global situation in terms of hard figures is characterized by the fact that about 5 million barrels a day has been taken off the availability canvas through voluntary cutbacks. So we've seen this happening once earlier in 2008 when prices shot up. And you know what happened after that? We went into a free fall. Since the Russia-Ukraine, you can call it what you like, we pushed 100 million people into abject poverty. Now, you choose my words carefully. What is abject poverty? What is absolute poverty? I can tell you one thing. If people have to stop using fuels and go back to wet wood, coal, dirty coal, etc., it's not a happy situation.
Call it what you will, you said. It is an invasion by Russia of Ukraine. And since 2022, you've become the top buyer of seaborne Russian oil, a purchasing policy that you and I have discussed in the past in a very robust fashion, a policy that has been much criticized as undermining Western efforts to squeeze Russia's main income source. Does that purchasing policy by India of Russian seaborne oil continue?
We are complying with Western price cap. Now, let me tell you something interesting. Russia produces about 10% or thereabouts of the overall oil which is extracted every day, about 10, 11 million barrels a day. If India stops buying whatever it does, or one or two other countries stop buying, Becky, do you know what's going to happen to prices? They're not going to be, then the OPEC Secretary General will not dismiss the idea that prices could reach $250. So there is a Western, I'm not saying understanding, but I talk to my Western interlocutors. They say, be a friend, continue to buy Russian oil, buy it cheaper than you can.
Your critics suggest that you are way too reliant on Russian imports at present.
When you decide to respond to a normal human urge, which is to inflict punitive pain on someone, and you weaponize something like energy, did you do a cost-benefit analysis on how much of a sledgehammer you used on your own feet? Did you know how much of uranium Russia is bought from Russia by Europe? I think it was 17% in 2022.
India has a hugely ambitious, a remarkable, formidable target for clean energy going forward, which should be acknowledged and applauded, by the way. How concerned are you about the financing gap that currently exists?
Look, I was born in the global south. Climate financing gap, I say this with a degree of regret. Those who have espoused immediate cessation of use of toxic fossil fuels, they've only paid lip service to it. I think for gas itself to move from 6% in our energy mix to 15%, I need $60 billion. I'm getting it. But that's the beauty. India will get it. How will we get it? Because it's a mixture of increasing our own production, offering economic opportunities to the major oil companies, and in a way which does transition. So we are going to be able to do it. But I woefully, I must say, I lament the fact, along with you as a citizen of the planet, that people talk about all these laudable objectives, but when it comes to putting something forward in terms of climate finance, there's much to be done there.